That's right, Marnie, and it appears that the count process is winding down. We're hearing from the Department of Elections here in Detroit that military and overseas ballots are still being counted here at the TCF Center in Detroit. Behind me, you have your absent voter boards, also poll challengers from both parties who are watching closely during the process. And after a relatively calm election day here across Michigan, we're seeing frustration starting to bubble up here in Detroit. This afternoon, a group of people made their way inside the TCF Center, chanting and banging on the windows. We noticed some of the glass that was covered today with cardboard. It wasn't like that yesterday, and this is where the election workers have been tabulating all of those absentee votes, a record number of them for more than 36 hours now. Republican election challengers say one of their concerns centers around the counting of some of these military ballots, which they say favor the president. They argue it comes down to fairness. Republican state senator, a former Republican state senator, Patrick Colbeck, says he believes Americans' voices are being silenced at the ballot box.
We saw early on that they had poll challengers that were representing the Biden team that were allowed access, and all of a sudden after that, we were denied access into that. There's no excuse for this. This is gaming the system. They're stealing the election.
112, 133.
Challengers also have to be certified. We spoke with several volunteers who had their credentials with them. They say they waited several hours. They tell us the health department said they couldn't come inside here due to it already being full capacity. And this, of course, because of COVID restrictions. Last week, gatherings in Michigan were limited to 50 people, and there have been battles in court over this here in the state under the governor's order. This is different because the elections are actually exempt from this restriction. Now, on the other side, a group demanding every vote be counted organized a march and rally today.
Count every vote! Count every vote!
And people holding signs that read "Count every vote" marched across Detroit to the Department of Elections. They say it's not just making sure every vote is counted here in Wayne County, but across the state and country.
This is the type of energy that happens when there's over 100 million people engaged in our electoral system. This is what it's supposed to look like. We have full faith in the integrity of our electoral process, the way that it's being administered.
And we also saw several churches out participating in those demonstrations today. One woman told me that these had actually been planned well before Election Day. Meanwhile, the leader for Michigan Liberation says that there will be more events like this across the state this week. And both groups that we just showed you heard from them, they are actually out on the streets of Michigan tonight, and they are demonstrating. We have seen a heavy police presence here in downtown. Of course, we will be keeping an eye on that for you, as well as the latest numbers. We are expecting to get an update from the Michigan Secretary of State within minutes.